in the gate. And they're off. 2,400 metres for the BATELCO Cup, and out very wide. Recovery Run is showing early speed, pushing up to the inside is Encourage, and between those two is King of the Throne as they go into the turn. Rain Pour is up against the inside rail. Port Douglas is last but one, and Tall Order is at the back of the pack, and they make the run down the side of the course. And it is now King of the Throne and Alberto Sanna who clear off and claim the lead. In close quarters towards the inside rail there was Rain Pour, just had to be taken back off heels, back to fourth place as they make the run down the side of the track, and the leader is King of the Throne. Racing in second around the outside, Recovery Run, and then Encourage, followed next to the field by Rain Pour. They're then being followed by Tall Order, and the veteran Port Douglas now is at the back of the pack, and they're going into another turn, and they're racing now on inside the final 1,600. And the leader is King of the Throne. And Alberto Sanna just gives him a bit of a breather now, and now he's easing up. They're stacking. Racing in second is Recovery Run. In third out wide, Port Douglas tries to make an early move. Then Encourage towards the inside, covered up with Tall Order, and also Rain Pour, who's now been shuffled back. They're racing through the halfway point and going now towards the end of the back stretch inside the final 1,200 of the BATELCO Cup. The leader is King of the Throne. He got that breather in before halfway to Recovery Run, who races in second. Encourage to the inside, a bit keen. Out deep is Port Douglas, followed by Tall Order, and it's been a rough trip for Rain Pour, who's now at the back of the pack and being niggled along. They're on the sweeping turn, which will bring them back towards home. And King of the Throne has had the run of the race in front. His shadow all the while is Recovery Run. Out deep is Port Douglas, then to the inside, Encourage looking for racing room. Tall Order and Rain Pour, but they're still very tightly packed. Inside the final 600 they go, and King of the Throne still has the lead. In second is Recovery Run. Encourage and Rain Pour tries to go for a daring run up against the inside rail. Tall Order, and then Port Douglas, who is flattening out. It's Recovery Run and Paul Hannigan who took the lead at the 400 and now begin to go clear. Rain Pour will give chase in second. Down the outside is Tall Order. Encourage looking one pace today. 200 to go. Recovery Run, Rain Pour. These two now inside the final 100 metres, and it is Rain Pour who now goes on. How good is this? He's half an hour the best. Rain Pour wins. Recovery Run in second, and in third, Tall Order.
Harry Davis, 17 years old, flashing his talent all across the world. Rain Pour wins in the second colours of Al Adiyat Racing, beating stable companion Recovery Run, aboard whom Paul Hannigan looked to have elicited a winning run a couple of furlongs from home. But Harry Davis's patience paid dividends here in receipt of 3 kilograms from Recovery Run. Rain Pour has won, and he has bounced back to form in really good style. Nearly 2,500 metres this race. Ground saving is key, and Rain Pour covered significantly less ground in this race than did Recovery Run. Recovery Run from his stall in 6. Because Paul Hannigan wanted to be up there, he had to use him a little wide here. He's given him a great ride, got to the front, had the race, sure, he thought put to bed, but Harry Davis's patience paid dividends, and Rain Pour ran home strongly here. It's a 1-2 for Alan Smith, whose horses, as he told us earlier in the day, are in sparkling form. And as we build towards our feature race here in Bahrain this afternoon, we've just seen a cracker. A Smith 1-2, Rain Pour back to form, beating Recovery Run.
You're right to just circle round. Is it? Well, let's have a word with our winning jockey, Harry Davis, enjoying his first victory since coming here to Bahrain. And Harry, all went to plan. You had a nice position on the rail throughout.
The horse was very, very game, and he wasn't travelling awfully well early, but you know, they were going quite quick early, and he managed to just find a nice rhythm coming down the hill, and he picked up very, very well when I asked him. So he's obviously been running in some, you know, pretty good company along the way, and it's just great for him to get his head back in front.
And how are you enjoying your time here?
Yeah, it's great. You know, everyone loves their racing, and it's very, very different to the UK. So yeah, I'm loving it.
Well, look, you're loving it and you're doing well, so congratulations then. Harry Davis winning his first race here since coming and riding in Bahrain. Well done on Rayan Paul, Harry Davis.